Hey everyone, welcome back to Millennial Investments. Tim here again. In today's video, we're going to start a new series. In this series, we're going to call it In My Opinion. And basically, it's going to be my opinion on how I would make investment decisions based on social sentiment movements in stocks that we see today more rampant than ever. But before we get started with it, today's topic is currently going to be what's the best pot stocks. Today we saw an incredible day for pot stocks, and we're gonna dive into choosing the right pot stocks. We're gonna look for the catalyst of why these pot stocks move today out of any other day of the week. So what we're trying to do is, one, identify which stock is the best one compared to others based on a set of criteria. Two, what was the catalyst to move the entire sector in today's trading session, so that we can better identify opportunities in the future, things that are required to happen in a set of events to cause an entire sector to outperform the way it did today. So before we get started though, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to receive notifications about videos like this one. We also release daily free trade alerts, and we also do daily trade reviews. Of course, we have a long list of trade reviews we need to go over. I think I'm going to start consolidating those trade reviews into one video to kind of provide that information at a quicker rate moving forward. So let's get started. Alright, the first trade we're going to be looking at is TLRY, or what I like to call TLRY. Today, TLRY broke out to about 76.96 at its peak, found some resistance and consolidated. This is actually after hours, I believe. Let me double check, make sure I'm correct. Was that after hours? Yeah, after hours on the 10th. So in after hours, we broke out to 6.96, found some resistance and came back down. But there's something I want to point out here. Let's point out something. If we go to pre-market resistance levels, that's now becoming a new level of support. So we're trading within this $66 to $76 price range. Make sure you note that, okay? What we're going to be looking for tomorrow is if we can find support above this 66.20 price level of support, to confirm that we will continue either trading in this price range sideways or continuing the trend upwards. This trend being that one. Okay, so to clarify a little more why I say this, I want to show you a previous example of when this occurred. All right, this is pre-market. This is after hours yesterday. This blue streak you see, this is yesterday's price action. Pretty much broke out in the morning, sold sideways for the rest of the day. Came into yesterday's after hours session, broke out, boom, busted up to the 51s, broke above it, found support here, grinded hard pre-market, and then broke out, boom, 66. Then all of a sudden you see it came down. Now this is a key level right here I want to point out, okay? And this level, what you want to identify is that, oh, it looks like it's going down into this price range down here, but no, boom, wide price action candle brings it right back up into the price range it was trading in. So this was identified as a level of support in pre-market. What we would have been looking for here is, even though it dropped below it, will it rebound? And not even 10 minutes after that, it rebounded. And now we're back above it. We found support. Boom. Now we're going up throughout the day. Actually trading upwards throughout the day. Getting to after hours. After the market closes, boom. Breaks out again to the 76. Consolidates, pulls back, which I find being pretty healthy is what I'll call it. What I'll do is I'll get rid of these volume spikes for now, just so we can look at the chart. All right. So what we'll be looking for going into tomorrow is whether or not the stock can stay above the 66.20. If it does not find that support going into pre-market, be ready for this to consolidate. And what I mean by that is it's not going to pull back all the way. I'm not saying that. What we're going to look for if it does break below the 66.20 is if it finds support at the 51.53. If it can find support there, we can get everybody out of the way that doesn't want to stay in the stock and continue moving forward higher. Everybody would probably argue with me that this is probably going to the moon, but any stock that moves up these days seems like it's always going to the moon. And yes, they perform well. I'm not going to discredit that, but I still believe in healthy pullbacks. Okay, so I want to say that. So that's my projection on the stock, what I'm looking at going into tomorrow. If it breaks below 66.20, watch out for the 51s. If it keeps support above that, we're retesting $67. I mean $77, correction. But that's that stock. We'll move on to the next one. The next stock we're going to have a look at is ACB. ACB did pretty well, just like the rest of the stocks, of course. ACB broke out to $20.49 levels. Once again, we're going to use our horizontal price ranges to identify the trade. Okay? In every one of my videos, you should be able to identify that moving forward if you're watching this right now. All right, anyways. Stock hit $20.49 after opening up around the... where were we? Actually opened up and dropped to $760.50 with a high pre-market high of $18.65. Anyways, let me clear those out. What I want to identify here is the fact that if this does the same thing that I'm almost expecting TLRY to do, and that's pull back, and healthy pullbacks are good. Once again, if it pulls back, we're looking forward to pull back to the 1650 for another additional re-entry. All right. So if you take profits right here at the top on the 1969, wait for an opportunity for it to drop, throw your profits back at it at the 1656, only if it finds support at those levels. All right. I'm not going to spend too much on this stock as I've went into detail with the heavy hitter like TLRY. TLRY for people who don't understand what I'm talking about. If we don't find support above the 1650, of course, we're going to be retesting the 1276s. Simple as that. Okay. I don't really like ACB. Company management is terrible. The only reason the stock is this high is because of a reverse split they did. And I think they only did that to stay listed on the NASDAQ or something. Aren't they listed on NASDAQ? Or is it in their NY, New York Stock Exchange? I'm sorry. But they basically did a stock split, I want to say like July or August or something last year to bring the price point to, I think it went to $8 to stay listed on the New York Stock Exchange. The stock was once here before, but even higher than that. Of course, you got to account for stock offerings, adding more float to the market, things like that. But this is poor management. Poor management. I'll identify it. Poor management. Anyways, I'm not going to sit on it too long. That's the end of that. Unless I see a management change here, which they may have within the time that I stop watching it, I don't have any faith in this stock. I'll put it that way. Other people might. That's fine. But that's why this is called, in my opinion. Please be sure to remember that. All right. So before we move forward, look forward to find support above those 1650s. Right now, we're looking at a high of 2049. If it hits 1650 tomorrow and keeps going, great. Happy for everybody. If it hits those 2049s, then look for it to find resistance there and whether or not it can break through. If it goes up there and it keeps tapping it and then it starts consolidating, then it's eventually going to break out or break down. So watch out for that too. Be cautious. Be conscious. Be smart. Quit chasing dreams. All right? We're chasing movements that are identified. It's currently overbought on the 1 hour, which means that it has a lot of room below it. Be cautious of that. All right, let's move on to our next trade. Our next review is going to be OGI. Just like the rest of the cannabis stocks, of course, this one performed pretty well. Let's scoot over to that. Going into the day, This, of course, this all happened over the course of the last few days. This wasn't something that just woke up one day and boom, these stocks are going. So I'm gonna actually do some research here to figure out exactly why they're moving. I want to know why. I don't want to listen to anybody. I'm gonna go figure it out myself. Anyways, back to the trade. OGI currently opened up today. Let's see where we opened up. We'll go a little more in depth. We came in pre-market. Came in with a gap up from 432 areas to 573. That's a concern. Or 530, I'm sorry. That's a concern to begin with. All right. I don't like stocks that gap up like that because they have more potential to gap down, to fill the gap. It's only right. But if you look at it from this horizontal price range and the trend line, you see where it started to compress and broke out right when the compression became real tight. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is this right here. This right here means that it can come back down a little bit. Don't be too concerned unless we break below that trend line. And I'm talking about the horizontal one here at the 626. If we break below 626, watch out below. Because, just like the last few trades, this is how I'm looking at it. I'm actually going to remove these because I don't do diagonal trend lines. That's not my thing. I do horizontals to find my price ranges that we're trading within and then identify where we're at in the price range. So this could have potentially hit 626 and then bounce again to the 7 to 80s. That would be a $1.60 profit, which is almost 30% if you're not in this trade already. Just FYI, quick math. If we don't find support above that 626, then we will eventually, in my opinion, we could come back down to 410, in my opinion, or we can find some support at the 514. If we don't find support here, we're going back to the 410. Simple as that. All right, I'm gonna wrap that one up with this moving forward. Let's take a quick outward look on this. Let's see. Stock's seen these levels before. Actually, the 626 is a key level based on prehistoric price action, as you can see right here. Let's see if we can rebound and retest. What is that? What's the peak we have here? The 844s. So to determine a price action or price range over a longer time frame here, we're looking at 624 or 626 and 844. If we can break above that, let's see where that puts us on a smaller time frame. We're already doing that. So let's go back. That was the weekly. That's what it was. Sorry, guys. Anyways, we can hit that 844. Great. That's a key level of resistance, so keep that in mind. That could be the end of the road for this. Let's also note that there was a large buying volume spike in this that could identify very bullish moves to the top side. We saw a lot of large buying volume spikes in like AMC and Nokia last week. Sure. That's where a lot of the people that I trade with started catching on to the conversation of what's going on with AMC, what's going on with Nokia. But just be careful because this is based on the RSI here that you can see right here. This is basically overbought to the max. So be safe. Okay. Anyways, wrap this one up. Let's go to the next one. All right, the next one we're going to be looking at is what I call Sundial or SNDL. We actually alerted on this stock back in like November, December, and expected it to perform pretty well in the weed industry. It was at 52 cents. I think we're up like 200-300%. You can check our trade reviews for more information on that. I'll link the video in the descriptions or the recommended videos on here later. But today we saw Sundial top out at $3.68, which means I actually need to update our investors with a new update video on this anyways. I may use this footage for both, so if you see both, that's why. Anyways, to the trade. Sundial performed like a monster. and I enjoyed watching it. I have some calls still on this trade, and some positions as well. So my positions are. Let me add something to this real quick. A strategy that I feel like works the best is buy options on a stock that you want to invest in long term, and buy the options that you know are going to make you profits. Even if the stock's going down, buy a put, take the profits. Once it reverses, place a position. There you go. But Sundial actually came down today from 368 to the 315 price levels. Found some support there, which if you identify again on the horizontal, became the new levels of support, became the old levels of resistance. Remember that. You got to think about it. People are banging on this level of resistance trying to get through it. So a lot of people are buying here. See this large candle wick right here? A lot of people bought right here. So when the stock broke out above it, it landed right on it. That's how it works. It's called a resistance to support reversal. That's what I call it, at least. Somebody else might call it something else. That's just in my opinion. So anyways, moving forward, it's already identifying that we're finding strong support above the 316, and we could potentially retest the 368. I actually saw somebody say that, that's the end of Sundial once this started occurring right here. I know that when I wake up in the morning, my option calls are going to be looking pretty nice because this price action performed after the stock closed and market closed. So my option contracts aren't even, the price is not already priced in to my option contracts. And just like everybody else, we're going to wake up to a nice morning if you have call options on this. And congrats and good luck to you, because I'm deeply into this trade. I'm pretty happy with it, the way it's performing. Now, out of the other companies, this is actually the company I recommend based on a fundamental financial analysis. If you look at the EPS year over year, I think this has like 62% compared to TLRY or TLRY, which has about a negative 74%. This has a negative 62% compared to TLRY's negative 74%. Let me correct how I say that. All right. Anyways, I think this is actually the company to invest in. Out of the 5 that I was going to do, I haven't done huge yet. I need to do that next. But out of the 5, I feel comfortable with SNDL, honestly, because we got into it at 52 cents a share, and we're constantly buying more call options on it to buy more positions on it as we find the dips and confirm the moves upward. Key price levels on this, I'm going to keep this one a little bit shorter. Make sure we stay above the 316 going into tomorrow's pre-market session. Look forward to find some slight resistance around the 368. If it does and then drops down and drops below the 316, then we're going back to 266. Keep it nice and sweet. All right. If we drop below 266, we're going back to 205. Simple as that. That's how trades work. We might find some strong support on the 266 and continue higher back to retest the 316. But then you might have a support to reversal occur, where the previous levels of, I'm sitting here trying to point it out on the screen, the previous levels of support become the new levels of resistance once again. But anyways, that's it. I will do some research on this and probably attach it to the end of this video. I think that was my mission at the beginning of the video, but this video is becoming very long, and I know people don't want to watch 20-minute videos. I think I spent 5 minutes on each stock, but I really wanted to take time to break it down and show everybody the key levels of resistance that we need to pay attention to, key levels of support that if you get worried because the stock's going down, where it's going to come back up, or to look for it to come back up. And if it doesn't, then that could be a sign to get out. But anyways, that's it for today. Like I said earlier in the video, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to receive notifications about videos such as this one, as well as our free daily free trade alerts, and our trade reviews that we conduct on those trade alerts, and our premium trade alerts that we give our premium members. If you haven't already, please be sure to register your free or premium membership at millennialinvestments.com. You can click on the description and the link below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. If you have a position in the stock or call options, even put options, even leave a comment in it below, in the comments below. So otherwise, that's the end of the trading day for me, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up with this video, and I hope you all have a great night and good luck trading tomorrow. Go make some money.